Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle de Gown from Debbi Minero. Now, we had a lot of fun with this today on my Tangle Time sessions. If you follow the videos regularly, we paired this with yesterday's Tangle called Huna Love. And I'll show you on the samples on how we played with this later. All right, this one starts off with I'm going to call it we can call it a number of things. Tethered orb. I loved when I heard Maria Thomas call this a tethered orb. You can also think of it as a teardrop or like a flux shape. Um, but if you are like me and struggle with doing some shapes, think of it as a tethered orb. Or thought bubble, it could be the same thing. But so we're tethering it right here at this point. So we're making an orb, and then actually kind of fun if you kind of have it come back on itself a little bit with a little S shape. But if you don't, if you just come out and it's straight, that's fine too, of course. And I realize I've left myself not a lot of room on the outside. So I'm going to explain course corrections. So on on Deb's step out, she has us doing an aura on the outside. But if you do like I do a lot of times, knowing that I need to put some things on the outside, I'm like, well, I don't quite have the room for it there. So then it makes no difference. I'm just going to aura on the inside. So know that that is a great course correction. If by chance you do something and you're like, well, wait a minute, whoops, I don't have enough room to put one on the outside, and then the other thing that goes there as well. All right. Then we're going to put a bunch of C-shaped curve lines around the outside, which will make what looks like a scallop. And I'm just going to start here at the end. And then, of course, you could do these as big as you want. My pen apparently wants to make them this size, so that's what I'm going to do. You could make them, like more squatty and longer. But sometimes the pen just has its mind made up on what it wants to do, and so we just go with it. We don't question it. Like that. Then, to decorate. And actually, if you look at the For More Inspiration link, I always have that as a link to where I found the Tangle from. And this one, because we premiered it, Debbi is part of our Tangle Addicts community. And and so when she posts it, I call it premiering because we make it kind of a party when somebody comes up with a great tangle, and so I call it we premiere. If I could roll out a virtual red carpet, it would be rolled out. Um, but it's saying take a look because you don't have to do the scallop edge. You could do it actually the opposite way, and then it creates these points on the outside. You can just not do that at all. And so on Debbi's step out, and in some of the samples that I put on there, you'll just see how many ways that you can utilize this tangle. And a lot of times you get the spirit of it, and then it's up to you how you want to play. So I'm going to decorate this. I'm going to follow her step out. It also has the inspiration from of the tangle as a picture of that on there also. So, and let's see. I'm going to do, because actually I didn't do the second one. She kind of has you could do it this way or this way. I'll do it the or way. And that is doing, a couple straight lines, leaving a gap. Oh, that's kind of short, but oh well. Like so. You could do it solid. That was the other way she has it. And then just some, 3 curved lines. And then on these places where we've left the gap, you can have lines coming out and do the same thing. I'm just thinking, I'm going to see if I'm going to regret not turning my tile to do that. No, it didn't turn out too bad. Actually, I can push this up a little bit. Whoops. Oh, wait, maybe. Let's see. I could just put a squatty one. Like that. With sound effects, yes. There we go. I was thinking I could just make them go straight. It's okay. And that is essentially it. And then you can play with shading, and anything else that you can imagine. So for shading on this one, let me find my pencil. And thinking, because it's like if I do in here, then because I didn't really leave a lot of room. Although, you know what? I will show that it doesn't matter. I'm going to just do it. So I'm going to put some graphite on the inside here, because it's kind of neat to make the inside section sink down. So we'll do that. And actually, this is also a course correction. So like I didn't like those, and I didn't think about this as I was doing it. But since I didn't like those, it's like, well, the shading will just cover it right up. Where it's just not necessarily as visible as it could be if I didn't do anything. That's a different pencil than I'm using, and I'm not used to how it works with the tortillon. I'm having to put a little bit more pressure, because what I don't like is to have. Let me just use we'll just use a new one. I might just need that little bit of extra grab. Yes, it does. I don't like when I see the line, the pencil line. I like to make it a nice gradient, but I like to, like I said, not have that line. And that's just me. And sometimes I've had people ask about the tortillons, and it's like, well, what happens? I mean, this one, is literally, it's falling apart on the outside just because it's so well loved. You just keep them until I guess there's really nothing left, and then you can also poke with a toothpick, or unfurl a paper clip, and you can stick something on the inside if you need to push this out, because some of them squish a little bit. Like this is, I think, the same, and I got it too close. It's the same, but it just the tip gets squished down. That's why we use it on its side like that. And also could even, as I'm just thinking here. Oh, there we go. Find my regular pencil. Here it is. I'm going to put some on the outside here. Now I've gotten a little bit inside that ring. I'm not going to worry about it because we just don't. But I'm going to put some on the outside. And so this will make the ring kind of pop up. Just be careful. I don't want it necessarily too dark. And then I'm just kind of doing a scooching motion, just kind of up and down, or I guess you could consider it backwards and forwards. But I want to keep the thinnest part of the tip on that graphite line, so you can see it's spreading it out a little bit. I just don't want it to go too far. Ha! That looks cool. All right, so neat tangle. Like I said, we were playing with it in combination with Hanu Love, and I decided to put a little Hanu Love in the center, and I decorated it with, this is El Prada from a couple days ago. This one isn't quite finished yet. The El Prada from a couple days ago in the background, just because it looks like it should be there, and I put that's what I decorated the center with on these ones. And then this, back this up a little bit. This one, well, for a minute we saw see when I move it, you see the orange. It's a silly camera. I did the same thing, putting it inside the shell, but these, I decided to do the opposite of the scallops. So I have them going the other direction. So it creates a neat look. And just a lot of fun, All right, so if you enjoyed this, would love to have a like or a thumbs up on the video. Feel free to share it. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I would love if you subscribe to the channel. I do post every day, and sometimes I might post more than one video. It just depends on what's going on. And I say that so that way you can also click on the notifications, the little bell, and so you can decide and how you want to be notified, if you want to be notified at all. And in the description section, I mentioned the step outs. So I'll have my version, and then I'll have Deb's there with samples and things. So take a look at both. And below that, ways to connect with me if you wish. If you enjoy my style, would love to have you join me online for some classes. And then you too can have fun creating. Because usually nobody knows. I announced yesterday that we were going to do that one, so I don't normally let people know what we're doing ahead of time, including my mother, who is my co-host on our Tangle Time. So it's usually a complete surprise. We have a lot of fun, create a lot of great art, and just play with a new tangle each time. So would love to have you join us. Again, that information is on my website. Link is in the description, as well as link to our Facebook community. If you want to join a community that, again, is fun. How many times have I said fun? We like to have that. And supportive. And it's a bunch of really, really super great people on there. So would love to have you join there as well. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.